Hello, everybody. Brian Hoxie here. I've been messing around with this idea for a little while. I'm not really a big soccer uh, cards and dice guy or soccer really in general. But I don't know. I was one of those where I was like, every once in a while I just want something different. Now, what I came up with, the soccer game, it could already be a thing. Someone might already come up with either this idea or pretty close to it or something like that. It's kind of a mindless dice roll soccer game, quick play, instant score. But I think there would be if I ever wanted to go deeper into it, I think there could be some narrative added into it. Um, but we'll just show you what I got here. So essentially, what I did, I just had four just came up with, or not four, I came up with 10 teams, um, just a bunch of random city names and just something other than team A, B, or C, or, you know. Um, and what I did was for the very first season, um, they each get like a letter grade. Um, A is the best, and H is the worst. So what I did was for the 10 teams, I gave uh, one team A, one team B, one team C, and then two teams for D and E, and then one team each for F, G, and H. And then just had a schedule where I was playing each team against each other home and away twice. So believe that is a total of 36 games if I matches if I'm mathing correctly. Uh, I had the final standings here somewhere. I should have been more prepared before I hit play. Um, but so essentially the game is about as simple as it gets, and it seems like it was giving me, you know, somewhat realistic soccer scores, and like I said, there could be obviously some extra narrative for sure built in. Here we go. So uh, So yeah, I had like I said, the teams with their different grades. Um, when I played the home team, um, so let's just say a couple teams I got. So say Cleveland, who was a grade of H, was at home playing Detroit Motor City, which is an A. So Detroit would roll on A, obviously, and then Cleveland would, because they're at home, would roll on the a grade above that. And so so how it works, it's pretty. If you haven't looked or already looked at a chart, kind of figure out how it works. But so you'd have your two teams. Um, this was what I used here. So say we're doing Milwaukee, and they're the home team, and they're playing Buffalo. All right, so Buffalo is a grade of C, and Milwaukee is an E. So Buffalo is going to roll on the C chart, and Milwaukee is an E team, but because they're home, they're going to be rolling on a D. So pretty much all I do, I roll the four dice and a Fury die. You could also just use a different color die, and if it comes up one, um, the team would get an extra goal. Um, so for the roll for Buffalo, they are a C team, so they're rolling on the C, and their total is 17. So look down here, 3 goals. They didn't get the triangle, so it would be just 3 goals for Buffalo. and then you'd roll on the Milwaukee chart, which they're normally an E because they're at home. They get to roll on the D chart, and they get a total of 10. So 10 is one goal. So Buffalo would beat Milwaukee 3-1. And I did that, and it was kind of fun. It was, just kind of rolling dice and coming up with scores, and I didn't go much deeper than that. I did play out the whole season, and then did a playoff. So in my season, Indianapolis, who is actually a B-rated team, actually won the regular season. Detroit, an A team, finished second, and Buffalo, the C team, finished third. And it kind of played out. Maybe Milwaukee is kind of a surprise, and the E team finished fourth, and you can see the grades here in this final standing. So the bottom few teams did finish in the bottom. So now I was thinking, well, what if I wanted to add it a little more? What if the season progressed like into the next season? And I know there's guys that have done very cool, like all kinds of different ways to advance to the next season. This was more or less for me because I'm not a soccer guy, and if I just wanted something different, just to roll some dice and kind of not mind numbing really, but just some fun. I came up with this little chart for once you got done with the season, uh, you roll on each team to see if they move up a grade or two grades in some circumstances, stay the same, or go down one or two grades, just to kind of mix it up, give it some narrative. Um, so I haven't done it yet, but I will at some point. So let's just take for this off season. Say we're gonna go down the line, but just I'm gonna do Indianapolis. So Indianapolis is a B-rated team. Um, they actually in the tournament, I took the third and sixth place teams played, the fourth and fifth place teams played, and the winner of those played first and second, and then so on. But Detroit, even though they finished second in the regular season, they did end up winning the best of three, uh, 2 games to 1 against Indianapolis in the finals. So, all right, so we got Indianapolis, they're a B team, and they finished first. So we'd be rolling here. So it's just a 2D6, and you're adding them together. So let's see how they would do in the off season. And they got a 3. So they would have a couple players leave the team, and they would drop down to a C team. So let's see what Detroit would do. They were the second place in the regular season, and they get a 9. So they would actually just stay where they're at A. They would sign a free agent, key free agent, and they would stay at A. And then you go through all the different, 10 teams, and they would go up and down. And you start another season, play it out, see how that goes. So then I got to thinking, well, I don't want to go super deep, but I was like, it would be cool, along with the basic, um, you know, team team stuff, the standings for the team, wins, losses, ties, and points, where they finish. Um, if you had like players, and you could figure out the goals for each match or the season, however you want to do it. Um, so I came up with an idea where, um, and you could change this from season to season if you wanted to, but you'd have these different scoring charts, and it has the different ranges for 2d6 read in ascending order. And just say like the game we just played, it was 3-1. Um, First of all, you at the beginning of the season, you'd take a d20, and say it was Indianapolis. You'd roll, and okay, so you're going to use scoring chart 4 for Indianapolis. So at somewhere you'd have a chart. You'd write all these numbers down, add your players' fictional names, and then after every game you would roll to find out who the goal scorer was in each match, and then you would maybe have a spreadsheet where you kept the scoring leaders, and there could be some narrative there. who leads the league in scoring and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, just I don't know, just something I messed around with. Um, I had fun with it. I will definitely do more seasons, and or I may just start over and implement the scoring charts for like get a bunch of made up names and roll for goals and see who leads the league in scoring and stuff like that. And I feel like this is and you could play any amount of games in a season. I just picked having each team play home and away twice. Came out 36 matches, and it seemed I don't know. It didn't even take. I don't think it even took me an hour to do it. And like I said, this is just a basic um, you know chart where the better teams, their ranges to score more goals are more on the bell curve than the lower teams. So nothing super brainy, as far as I come up with for me. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there. This and this and this, I put all in a PDF. So if anybody, not that I think anyone would be too excited about this, but if like me, if there's someone out there, you're not a big soccer guy, um, but you're just looking for something, in gaming in general, just something to relax. You like rolling dice, you just relax, roll dice, put some scores down, figure out some standings, see who scores goals. This is, at least for me, this kind of worked. It was a fun project just to kind of mess around with it and see where I could get with it. But I just thought I'd put a video up, and like I said, if anybody uh, would want it, you can always reach out and I can email the PDF. But nothing groundbreaking by any means. I'm gonna, like I said at the beginning, I would imagine there's something very similar out there that already exists. But I don't know, it's just a challenge to see if I could come up with something that I felt like was pretty close to soccer. Gave scores that were somewhat realistic. It may be a little bit. These charts, I think I figured out it averages just about total 2.5 goals a game across a league that was balanced like mine was. So that's not too bad. So I didn't really actually go back and figure the season that I played out, what the goals were, but I might before I start a new one just to see how close it actually got. But alrighty, well that's about 8 more minutes longer than I thought I would be talking about this. But like I said, I'm having fun with it, and if it's something that looks like just something to mess around with and you like it, let me know and I can email the PDF. So, all right, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye.